guys, David here again with the Philippine American couple story. So this is going to be part 4 in our series on our visit to the Philippines and some tips for you guys. So this topic, I want to talk about the Philippine people and me as the American or the foreigner in their country. And remember, most importantly, remember this: it's their country. We are visitors there in their country. So remember that. All right. But for the most important thing is the people are wonderful. You know, Filipino people are happy people. I find them to be hardworking, dedicated to their families. They want to enjoy life. It doesn't take much for them to be happy, believe it or not, compared to us in the West, in America. They seem to have just a better spirit, I think, than a lot of us angry Americans. So I enjoy being around them. You might be surprised how much they say, you know, yes, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, you know, no ma'am. How much they open the doors for you, how polite they try to be. Now, I could tell a little bit that the older generation of the Filipinos are much more that way. A lot of the younger ones, maybe the teenagers, well, they're typical teenagers, a little bit like American kids, but still very nice, very polite and respectful. So, a couple of tips I have for you in dealing with the Philippine people from my perspective. One, be nice and respectful. Tell them thank you and hello. Speak to them. Keep in mind that they're not below us. They're not our servants. Even if they work in a place where we're patroning or the hotel, it doesn't mean that just because they're the bellhops or the waiters or whatever, that they're our servants, okay? They may be servers, but they're not servants. So just keep that in mind. They're people. They're nice people. And if you treat them fairly and you treat them with a smile and a happiness, they will love to talk to you and love to get to know you and learn about the different cultures. And they'll ask you questions about, oh, well, what do you think about this, our bubble tea? Or, you know, do you like mango? And I love mango, by the way. But so it's a good culture. It's a fun people. Enjoy it. If you're going to go over there and be a sourpuss and be angry or be pissy or think you own the world, leave them alone. Don't go. Just leave them alone. Stay home. You can be angry and pissy in America because that's what we do. So I highly encourage you to embrace that, to enjoy that. But make sure that you thank everybody equally. And this goes to men and women. So here's a couple tips for dealing with the genders there. My recommendation is that you're very careful, like let's say at a hotel, where there's a lot of women working and a lot of men working, the front desk area or as bellhops and things in that, is don't be overly nice to only the Filipino girls or the Filipinas. I know if you're single and you're going to go over there, that's probably going to be your tendency because you want to flirt with the Filipino girls that are all pretty, which is fine. But keeping this in mind, they're working. It's their job. You don't want to get them into trouble or to make other people at their job place thinking that they're doing anything inappropriate, or that they are there for the sole purpose of flirting with you or trying to find a guy. They're there to work, take care of their families. Not all Filipino girls are single looking for a Western guy. A lot of them are married and happily and have kids and families and are just really good people. So just because they're very nice to you and they smile at you and they're very polite and try to be very helpful doesn't mean they like you. It just means that's part of their culture and who they are. So don't take it as a flirtatious notion. Now, some may, I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying be equally nice to the guys. When the guys are helpful to you, you know, smile at them and chat them and talk to them. That way you're showing yourself in a true light of just being a good guy, and that you're not singling out or trying to do anything devious or get anybody in trouble. So that's just something to keep in mind, my thoughts on that. Now, another thing I'll tell you is, and I've talked about what in other videos about sexpats versus expats and all that. But here's what I'll tell you. Leave the little girls alone, all right? Don't try to chat up the kids wearing uniforms. They're kids, they're children. Leave them alone. Mind your own business. No, they don't want to get to know you. They don't need to know you. Yes, they're busy with their friends and they're being silly and goofy and having a good time, because that's their life. Don't interject yourself into their world. That's inappropriate. All right. You will find that a lot of people may want to chit chat with you, find out where you're from. Oh, what are you doing here? And all of those things. If you are single, you know, if you want to meet female Filipino women, it's easy enough. Just meet ones that are not children, older ones, all right? There's plenty of them out there. They'll come up to you. You got to be careful, and I'm not going to get into a whole dating thing in this segment. I don't want to do that. I'll do that another video at some other point in time. But just keep in mind that they all work very hard. Now, one thing, be careful about how much you tip, maybe is a good way to say, when you do tip and do things, because you can cause some animosity if you're over tipping certain people versus other people. So I recommend that you be generous, but be fair, and be that way to everybody that gives you good service. Now, just enjoy yourself. One thing that I heard a lot while we were there was how sometimes they find Westerners offensive. You know, their behavior is offensive, can be off-putting. Their language, their tone of voice, drive me here, I need over here, go do this now. Don't do any of that, because that's not how they behave. Remember, they have a culture that's based on friendliness and honesty, and I want to say being honorable and providing service and being friendly. So they don't need to be spoken down to or chastised. One, it won't get you anything. They'll just turn their back and go away and go, oh, this is some crazy Western guy. You know, I don't want anything to do with him. But if you treat them nice, they'll bend over backwards, and which will make your vacation there so much more enjoyable. So you're on vacation, or if you're there meeting a girl, whatever you're doing, enjoy it. Be happy. Don't be a bully. Don't pick on the people because they're smaller than you, or because they have brown skin, or whatever the hell your problem is. If you have problems like that, don't take it there. Stay home. All right, so that's enough of my soapbox about how not to behave badly in the Philippines. Just be good. Enjoy yourselves. All right, guys? All right, once again, like, subscribe, and share our videos. And we'll chat with you here soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.